everyone, coming up here on the Raw Ring Report, the match that we've been waiting for, that many people didn't see coming, will will be happening as Bobby Lashley punch his ticket to the Royal Rumble to meet WWE, the new WWE champion Brock Lesnar, and a match that many people believe is a dream match, rematch between these two monsters, these two behemoths. They finally get to face off one on one at the Royal Rumble. Plus two, big time Becky Lynch having challenges await her as Bianca Belair and Liv Morgan want a crack at the Raw Women's Championship. But big time Becky's get them a shot at the Women's Championship. Only time will tell on that. Plus two, huge implication for the Royal Rumble as a mixed tag team match that could have been a WrestleMania dream match, if you would ask me. The great couple, the radar superstar Edge and his wife, the Glamazon Beth Phoenix, take on Hollywood's it couple, Miz and Maurice. This will happen at the Royal Rumble, but we'll get to deep dive on what's going on with that. Plus two, former tag team champions partners collide. AJ Styles goes against Omos in a David versus Goliath match, as well as the Fatal 4-Way that was supposed to be for the WWE Championship, now number one contenders match. As you can see right there, Bobby Lashley and Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens tag teaming together, take out Lashley and Big E as well, who will emerge victorious in the number one contenders match. All this and more when the Pro Wrestling Show start right now. Welcome to the Pro Wrestling Show. I'm your host, as always, Kendra Dix here. Glad you can join us in the Pro Wrestling Show. Thank you all for watching the Pro Wrestling Show here, live in the living color. But first thing first, join in the conversation using the hashtag Pro Wrestling here on Connect. Don't forget to subscribe. Subscribers can. Tell a friend, call a friend, hit that subscribe button so you won't miss a thing here on the Pro Wrestling Show. We're looking at a Raw Ring Report. What a somewhat of a great Raw it was. We'll get to lays on hot topics as well as Tony Khan and Big Swole have a word of words that many people didn't see coming, as well as former Impact announcer Don West announced that he's battling cancer again, as well as a lot of stuff. Sasha Banks injured, Drew McIntyre injured as well. The SmackDown has enough stars to keep up their roster. We'll talk about it later. All right, let's get to the Raw Ring Report as we kick off with Paul Heyman start the show, showing his face. He resurfaced and he introduces the WWE champion, the new WWE champion, Brock Lesnar. Paul Heyman said that he was the one orchestrating to get Brock Lesnar into the championship match from Raw. As Brock Lesnar dubs himself as a free agent that he can work both shows just like John Cena. Brock Lesnar utilizing Paul Heyman once again as hiring him as his agent. Heyman was let go by Roman Reigns. Heyman did a slight dig at Roman Reigns by saying that Roman Reigns is without him a week he got COVID and he went in the match. So Paul Heyman trying to take a slight dig, as well as being orange. Looked like he used the tan so much time as well. So Paul Heyman brought Lesnar the winning package back together once again. The band is back together, and they await as Paul Heyman announces that they're going to see who's going to get a champ, who's going to the attended Fatal 4-Way in the championship match was supposed to be was supposed to be with none without Brock Lesnar. Now Brock Lesnar, the champion, he awaits to see who he's going to face at Royal Rumble. We'll get to that later. Also, too, you tell the Alpha Academy looking to get tag team gold. Otis and Chad Gable win against Raw Tag Team Champions. Riddle and Riddle and Randy Orton. Randy Orton and Riddle battling out with wings and stuff. You see Chad Gable pulling Randy Orton off of the apron as Riddle was trying to make the hot tag. Riddle gets blindsided and gets crushed by Otis, as Otis and Chad Gable get the win over the tag team champions that could earn them a future tag team championship match down the road sooner rather than later. Also, too, was another mixed tag team match indeed, but it was a mixed tag team match as Reginald went against Tatsuya Kazara. Tatsuya was joined by them was Dana Brooke and Tamina. Well, Tatsuya Kazara accidentally hit Tamina. Tamina didn't like that one bit. Tamina came and smacked him in the face, causing him to lose the match, as well as that. So we just continue on with the 24/7 championship roles, as well as the man Becky Lynch came out there and she talks about she done it all. She's weighing new challengers. No one can't step to her because she's dominant as a dominant women's champion. Liv Morgan comes back out saying she wants one more shot against Becky. Becky said, "You had your turn, so get done. You're done with." Becky didn't like that one bit. As Liv Morgan continued on to agonize her until the EST of WWE, Bianca Belair, saying that she got unfinished business with Becky. Becky and the EST with the unfinished business, as well as Liv Morgan and Bianca went through and stuff. Liv Morgan said that she wants to finish her match with you know who, but she said that ain't gonna happen one bit. But it went even down even more and stuff that it was tension between the two women, Bianca and Liv, saying Bianca said she patiently waited and she patiently let Liv do what she needed to do, but Liv couldn't get the job done. So both women decided to attack Becky Lynch, and Becky Lynch tried to attack. Becky Lynch tried to plant the seed to have both women attack each other. Both of them. You see Bianca with a forearm smash. Bianca tried to hit the KOD on Liv. Becky Lynch came out of nowhere and hit the manhandle slam and left both women laid out. So I could see this being a no more contenders match, but Doudrop entered herself into the match. Now we know it's a triple threat match between Bianca Belair, Doudrop, and Liv Morgan to determine who's going to meet Becky Lynch at the Royal Rumble for Becky Lynch's Raw Women's title. As well as titles, the women's tag team titles was on the line. Selena Vega went against the tag team match with Selena Vega and Carmella went against Nikki Ash and Rhea Ripley. These two women battling out in the ring and stuff, trying to get feet. It's not even think that that Nikki Ash still got confidence issues, and Rhea Ripley is still kind of a little bit frustrated, don't know where she's gonna go. This only time will tell. Will they eventually break up? Only time will tell. As well as we know that Alexa Bliss will return as well, so we don't know where Alexa Bliss gonna fit in all this matter. Only time will tell on that either. Also, too, the United States Championship was on the line as Damian Priest defended his championship against Dolph Ziggler. After numerous repeated matches, Dolph Ziggler got this one in the bag that if Damian Priest gets himself disqualified, Dolph Ziggler automatically becomes the United States champion. Even Robert Roode was trying to help his tag team partner win the U.S. title, but at the end, Bobby Roode, as you see right here, Dolph Ziggler tried to hit the famouser, that finishing maneuver, um, Damian Priest, but Damian Priest countered and got the 1, 2, 3 and pinned Dolph Ziggler and still retained the U.S. Championship. Damian Priest becoming a strong champion after winning the championship at SummerSlam. Speaking of championships, Miz bragging about him becoming a Grand Slam champion for the second time over again. But Miz, along with his lovely wife Maurice, came out there after Miz came short at day one against Edge. Edge had the help of his wife, the Glamazon Beth Phoenix. Well, Edge and Beth Phoenix came out there to confront Miz and Maurice, but they had an interesting proposal. No, not that kind of proposal, but they said that they want to have a mix, they want to fight them at Royal Rumble in a mixed tag team match. Edge and Beth Phoenix versus Miz and Maurice. And the Miz and Maurice accepted after Beth Phoenix tried to get her hands on Maurice. These two are former Divas champions. So we can see these two clash at the Royal Rumble in mixed tag team match. I feel like they could have scratched it out, but I don't know what's going on. They don't want to scratch it out, but they could have scratched it out to WrestleMania. Have Beth Phoenix have them fight in the Royal Rumble. That could have been the obvious way. Stretch it out a little bit rather than having it at WrestleMania and then continue on having antics. I would love to see that. That could have been saved for WrestleMania. There's another match there I'll talk about later that could have been saved for WrestleMania or the Saudi show. But we'll get to it. Former tag team partners, AJ Styles and Almost clash as Almost try to mock AJ's size. AJ wasn't having it. They tried to go out to almost too much of a giant of a man, taking down AJ Styles, even smacking AJ Styles in his chest, as well as almost hitting the knee to AJ, leaving AJ down, and got the win over AJ Styles, and thus the victory. Almost trying to be a giant of his own. He's improving, but Undertaker said that Almost is the closest thing to Andre the Giant. We'll see on that. Also, too, the Fatal 4-Way match that was originally scheduled to be the WWE Championship match after Brock Lesnar intervened and won the championship. Well, as you see right here, Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens working together as a team to take down former champion Big E. And Big E went down to the table, but Seth Rollins doing that shield stuff. Even they taking down Big E, then they took down Bobby Lashley. They're trying to take down the two biggest threats in the match, and they acting more like a tag team than actual trying to fight each other and stuff. Well, they took the fight out as Big E and Bobby Lashley took the fight to Seth Rollins, getting him in the crowd. Even Big E smashing Kevin Owens down to the ground into a table, into the concession stand, leaving him out. Bobby Lashley and turns his attention to Big E. These two rivals feuding with each other. One wants to be the champion so bad, and the other one is. As you see right here, they were the two last champions. Bobby Lashley hitting a spear onto Kevin Owens, as well as dumping Kevin Owens with a belly-to-belly suplex, as well as Kevin Owens doing a deep dive onto all three men. And at the end, Bobby Lashley hit that spear and got the 1, 2, 3. Bobby Lashley punched his ticket, and he'll be going to the Royal Rumble to meet Brock Lesnar one-on-one for the WWE title for the first time ever. Bobby Lashley and Brock Lesnar will meet for the WWE Championship at the Royal Rumble. This is going to be a unique match. This is a WrestleMania caliber match. If you ask me, Bobby Lashley versus Brock for the WWE title. What a match that's going to be. It was supposed to be that way, but I kind of like seeing that way. It's going to end for the first time ever. So kudos to that. All right, let's get to Hot Topic. All right, on Hot Topics this week, what hot topics we have? As we told you that Roman Reigns, right here, Roman Reigns was supposed to be meeting Brock Lesnar at day one, but Roman sent this tweet out that he had tested positive for the COVID-19, and he wanted to do with the proper protocols. And so Roman Reigns no longer, he'll be on SmackDown this week. After Brock Lesnar saying he'll meet him this Friday on SmackDown. So we're trying to see how that's going to turn out as two world champions on the same show. After Brock was scheduled to challenge Roman for the championship. And he completely don't know Bobby Lashley. Like Bobby Lashley won nothing, but he's going to have to stay focused. Bobby Lashley is a threat as well. He'll see for himself. Also, too, we know that Tony Khan's been the center of controversy this past weekend to get his New Year off wrong. After Big Swole made comments on her podcast that AEW lacks diversity. Well, Tony Khan tried to fire back and said that hey, I got a lot of people, including we're people of color. It was just a cluster, you know what? Tony Khan wish he would not did that, but you gotta learn. You got to see for yourself. Also, too, this is what Leo Rush wrote. That he's working with Tony Khan to get everyone's perspective and people of color. I think he's doing. I'm seeing he got Jay Carhill, got some of the acclaim, Dante Martin, Powerhouse Hobbs, some of them, every now and then, but they be on TV. There's some diversity there. It's just, that's how it be. Knocking. That's what I see on AEW TV. So, I guess maybe what's her name? Big Swole might have been jealous of Jay because Jay might be green and might have that presence with Zeke. Felt like Jay didn't earn her stripes and stuff. So it could be that. Be a possibility of that. So we never will know behind closed doors. Also, too, Sasha Banks, right here, had a little injury, but she said she's okay at the house show that she couldn't really feel her legs and stuff. Sasha Banks, okay, we don't know. Going by hearsay, so with Sasha Banks, she said she's okay, so we're gonna take her by her word. Sasha Banks, it was a scary moment, but she said she's okay. Speaking of another injury, Drew McIntyre did a written off storyline that he's saying about his neck and stuff, that he having neck issues, and Drew will be out for now. Just don't know when the time take for him to return after he had his match at day one, and we'll see. Yeah, he's out going forward. He had that storyline, ran him out with Happy Corbin, and Mad Cow Mouse took him out and stuff during the storyline. But we wish Drew better and speedy recovery. Also, too, this is with someone wrote by Big E about his championship reigns. Then Roman has been pinned since 2019. So I guess that's how it be. This is what Sasha Banks had wrote to say the response of people right here. I'm good. Thank you. And I love you always. So Sasha Banks saying she's good after her scary incident this past week. Also, too, this being an interesting note that Roger Strong saying that he could be heading to AEW. That's allegedly the Young Bucks. Everybody up there now, so you never know. Be the undisputed era coming to AEW sooner rather than you think. So we'll see. This is RVD. He shared that him and Kate Forbes are married and they got a girlfriend. That's a unique situation. That's unique. Also, too, Nature Boy Ric Flair continues on taunting Becky Lynch, saying that Becky Lynch want to be like her, be like him, by saying like Becky Lynch trying to hang out with Migos, and I said, oh Lord, Ric Flair always a trip. So Ric Flair trying to put that out there, said Becky Lynch want to be like him, and saying that you taking the man, now you want to say take the drip. Oh man. Oh man. Also, too, Sean Rice Sapp said there'll be 3 nights of Wrestle Kingdom, SmackDown, Battle of the Bells, Rampage. The first that on CBS is a lot. Even former Impact commentator Don West announced that he has cancer again. We wish Don West best. He beat cancer and kicks cancer in his butt. Also, to Matt Cardona, who just got married to Chelsea Green, the Chelsea Green Cardona. Matt Cardona, a lot more reasons. He posted something about don't let social media be make of you and stuff like that. Maybe. Also, too, we talked about the AEW diversity issue with Will Hobbs. Shed light, saying that he sees firsthand with Tony Khan and the rest of the dudes. So there's a lot going on with that. So all right. That ends the Raw Ring report. And then for the hot topics as well, we'll lead with this picture. It's Bobby Lashley emerged victorious as the new #1 contender for the WWE title. Well, he'll meet Brock Lesnar for the championship. I've been your host, Kenny Dick, saying so long. We'll see you next time for another edition of the Pro Wrestling Show. See you later.